In today's video, we're going to look at data validation. Data validation allows us to control what we or other users of a spreadsheet can enter into a particular cell or cells. To illustrate, let's have a look at a column of data, months of the year. So in this column, we just want to select the month of the year and nothing else. We can use data validation to lock down the entries in this column. There's several ways to tackle this, and when I look at one way, and that's via a named range. On sheet 1, I've listed the months of the year. So I'm going to highlight this cells containing the months. I'm going to click on data and named range. I'm going to create a name range by giving it a name. I've given it a meaningful name, calendar. We call it months or whatever you prefer. And it's already selected the cells that contain name range because I've highlighted them before I created the name range, and I'm going to click on this button here. Now my name range has been created and I can get rid of this sidebar. And if I go to sheet 2, because this is where I want to put in my validation, I'm going to apply it to the whole of column A. So I'm going to click on the top of column A and select data and validation. So the cell range I've already selected, so it's sheet 2A:A. And the criteria is list from a range. And if I click the drop down arrow, I have several selections, but I'm going to take the top one, list from a range. I'm going to type in equals calendar. That's the name of my range. And click on save. Click on save. There we have it. I didn't need the equal sign. And now on each cell there's a little drop down arrow. And if I click on them, I just have the months of the year from my name range. And if I try to enter something else, Monday, press return, and it comes up with a warning. Invalid cell contents. Now I can also change the data, the validation. So at the moment it says show warning. I can click on reject input, click on save. If I press return, there was a problem while the data view I entered in A5 violates the data validation rules set on this cell. Click OK. So it won't allow me to enter anything other than what's in the named range. At the top here, there's in months of the year. It doesn't fit within the data validation. Well, I can click on this particular cell and remove the data validation by clicking data validation and remove validation. And there we go. Now I want to look at another practical example for data validation where we can add additional functionality. Here we have the SUMIFS function, which sums up the salary roll based on two criteria, based on the department name and the region name. So we have it here in our function. So the salary roll C2 to C17 is summed up anywhere A2 to A17 equals executive and B2 to B17 equals north. So executives and north, and gives us the total salary roll. So if I change, for example, executive to fin, the result changes. Now I can make this function more dynamic by using data validation. And here we have an example here. So this is the same function again, but instead of having the department and region what's called hard-coded directly into the formula, the department and region are referenced indirectly by their cell reference. So this function looks to E6 for the department name and it looks to E9 for the region name. So if I change to fin there, results change. If I change south to north, the salary total changes. Now I can add data validation to actually make this more dynamic. So if I click on the cell where I want to add in validation, I then click on data and validation. Instead of list from a range, I can select list of items. And I can select exec, comma, fin, comma, sales, and that's it. And similarly down here, select the cell, click on data and validation, select list of items, select north, south, comma, east, comma, west. Reject input and click on save. Now I can dynamically change to executives. The salaries change the region to east, goes to 0, finance, sales, and so on. Fully dynamic formula. Thank you for watching.